kind of a, like a drawing you do on a notebook in school. When you compare that with the gorgeous artwork on the playfield, and the resolution and the quality and the detail, the topper kind of just doesn't even seem like it belongs in the same category. But all in all, this game is coming along really, really nicely. The light show is just magnificent. What they're able to do with these LEDs and the different colors and the modes are spectacular. I do agree that if you put this in a very dark, dark room without any ambient lighting, it is overpowering. In fact, let me shut off my overhead lights and I'll show you what I'm talking. Okay. This is the game in a dark room. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at. It's just spectacular the way everything glows, but there is really very little GI. There's just a handful of, and their GI are pretty interesting. They're RGB LEDs that have these interesting conical bezels so that they look like they're regular light bulbs, but they're not. They need more of those in different places, but there's very little general illumination on the playfield. It's probably something that is needs work, but the solution to this is simply to, play it in a room with a little bit of additional illumination on it. But in a really dark room, it looks spectacular. The light show is amazing, but yeah, the playfield is a little bit dark, as you can see. As far as the LEDs blinding you, I guess if you're in a dark room, it would be hard to see the ball with all of these lights. They can be really bright, but I do think that they may have dialed down the intensity of the LEDs in some of these later software versions, and I haven't checked, but I'm sure you probably can go in there and fiddle with this stuff yourself. So, but I mean, some of the strobing effects that they do, it's really, really amazing. And I'll tell you what, let me show you this a little bit. I haven't pulled the playfield up, but let's take a look at some of the diagnostics, and I'll show you what's really cool about this game. Okay, so I'm putting that on the LCD screen. Okay. Your diagnostics, you've got tests where you can go in and do switch tests. You can do, and it shows the entire switch matrix on the screen. It shows you what the colored wires are. It shows you what everything relates to. It's really, really well designed. Diagnostically, this is going to be a great game where you can kind of look at things and check stuff out. And you can look at all the different switches in the game. You can go look at the coils. You can look at LED tests. There's all kinds of display things. You can put the display in different modes. And you can check the different devices. The winged monkey, you can make it move. It's really, really cool. And then your game settings are all set up here, so you can go through and you can set all your various settings. They're a lot easier to navigate, obviously, with this big LCD screen. Your pricing settings, specifics to the game, making it harder, more difficult, or easier. And see, there's descriptions of stuff, and this is something they did in the latest 1.25 version. They allowed you to bypass some of the lamp driver boards if you have one that goes out, so you can disable it so it doesn't take out everything in the chain after it. And this is probably one of the coolest things. You can literally go in and you can change any of the coil strengths. So you can dial your game in based on the style of play that you want, how strong you want the coil to be, based on the angle of the play field or whatever. It's really, really cool. This is going to allow people a tremendous amount of versatility in customizing their game. And I think once people start to see what they can do with this kind of architecture, nobody is going to want to go back to the standard one-size-fits-all coil thing. You can go in and do your high score settings. One of the things that I don't like about the high scores is I mean, it's 2013. Let people put their names in. Okay, yes, somebody might spell F-U-C-K or dick or whatever. Fine, add a library of bad words and not allow it, and have like a little content filter, on or off. But, in a home situation, let somebody put their whole name in there. Why limit it to just 3 initials? I think is kind of outdated. Here's our audits. Okay, so look at that. I've only played 164 games on this machine. Wow, it sure seems like more. Earnings audits shows how much money's been put in. You have utilities where you can set the clock. You can put a custom message up. You have standard presets, and they're going to have reports here. The report section's not in yet, but eventually you'll be able to probably see some like pie charts and bar graphs and stuff like that. So there you have it. Wizard of Oz version 1.25 software. Kind of a little preliminary review.
Waste makes haste, haste makes... Wait, I'll just hurry in.
Anyway, that's my review of the game so far. As I learn more about the game, I'll be happy to share my knowledge. I hope you enjoyed it. For more, visit pinballhelp.com or Facebook/pinballhelp. Thanks for watching.